Good evening tonight. Two men now face murder charges in a deadly shooting right outside an East Nashville nightclub.
Demontre Logsdon and Horace Williamson III remain behind bars on unrelated charges tonight.
News Channel 5's Jason Lamb joins us with more on the very latest developments in the Cobra Bar shooting case.
Yeah, big news just breaking here at the East Precinct. Police at the time called the suspects, quote, two cold-blooded killers, but now we know there may have been more. There may have been a motive other than robbery in this case, though police would not go into detail. This, as we heard from detectives who worked this case. Now, the DA's office said a grand jury returned first-degree murder and aggravated robbery indictments against Demontre Logsdon and Horace Williamson III, among other charges. Now, a third suspect, LaCorey Lytle, is facing charges for identity theft, fraudulent use of a credit card, and criminal simulation. But it is Logsdon and Williamson who are charged with the murders of Jame Sarantonio and Brandon Teal at the Cobra Bar. We also now know Williamson is charged with 2 counts of aggravated sexual battery for fondling Sarantonio and a second robbery victim. The murders had police fanning out across the city to catch the killers. All 3 of the men had already been in jail on several different charges related to other crimes. Here's what the assistant DA who will prosecute the case told us today.
I think this case was disturbing for the citizens of Davidson County, above and beyond a lot of other crimes. I'm not saying all. So they do a fine job in all cases, but I do think that the concerted effort in this particular case into making sure that charges could be filed as soon as possible was a very, very important thing for Davidson County.
We also now know there is a mountain of digital evidence that detectives are still sifting through as we speak. The lead detective in this case talked about the impact that it has had on Nashville.
This has been hard on East Nashville and in Davidson County in general. I'm sure that several people have been afraid, but I hope at this point they are able to find some type of solace that 3 individuals have been indicted on these charges and awaiting jury trial.
Again, to recap here, the big news, police telling us that they are potentially looking into a motive other than just simple robbery as that led up to these killings, and also the aggravated sexual battery charges that are coming down on one of the suspects for allegedly groping 2 of the victims. Live in Nashville tonight, Jason Lamb, News Channel 5.
It's just unbelievable. Thank you, Jason.